Being an artist means I can work magic. I have the power to make anything come to life on a screen and then share it with the world around me. I can brainstorm, create, inspire, and entertain. I can make streams of life and light that can touch others in such a way that words cannot describe. Hi, my name is Emily Byrne, and I'm the director of 𝓓𝓻𝓮𝓪, a 3.5-minute long animated wonder that tells the tale of a free spirit and an anxious soul. The free spirit teaches the anxious soul how to relax and just go with the flow. Not everything is a planned event, and honestly, that's okay. I can't help but watch this animation with so much fondness, pride, and admiration. This animation has my heart. It is truly one of the most special things I think I've ever made. I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed making it. Ladies and gentlemen, unbuckle your seatbelts and feel the wind on your face. This is the director's cut of 𝓓𝓻𝓮𝓪.
Only time will tell when all this will adjust and everything will be okay.
𝓓𝓻𝓮𝓪 stars Claire and Lando. They're a pair on two ends of the thermometer. Claire is warm, energetic, spontaneous, creative, optimistic, and adventurous, and Lando, on the other hand, is mundane upon first impression. Is anxious, tired, tense, a bit pessimistic, and he's very structured. Many would think it's a wonder these two are even as close as they are, but opposites tend to attract. And so here we are, the carefree meets the careful. It's the 𝓓𝓻𝓮𝓪 duo, if you will. I'm gonna start by jumping into the inspiration of this animation. It all started, of course, with the song truly inspiring me, and it reminded me of the most incredible weekend camping trip I've ever went on in my life. I went on a camping trip with my best friend for the first of fall break back in October of 2022. It was the first time I had ever vacationed with a friend in years, so excited was a complete understatement. The funniest part was the fact that it was honestly not planned at all. My mom had reserved a camp lot in another park in the state and said we were going there for fall break. It wasn't until Thursday they were leaving that she informed me that she changed campgrounds at the last minute to the exact one my best friend said he was going to with his parents. I remember the overwhelming excitement I felt when she told me. The following Friday afternoon, I rode with him in his mom's Jeep for 2 hours, talking, laughing, and singing along to our favorite songs. We spent the weekend exploring the campground together, chasing each other in sprint races and walking my dog Lily. We ate ice cream and s'mores and spent time with my family. There was no concept of time or deadlines out there, and it was incredibly refreshing. It was about a week or so later that I was scrolling through my Instagram feed one day where I stumbled across a guy my age playing this really nice riff on his guitar and going on and on about his new song. The ad was from about a month prior, but in music world, it's a new song for about the first 4 months of it being released. I instantly fell in love with the song, and I didn't even know what it was about. My love for it ran deeper after I listened for the first time all the way through, and I knew it was something special. I would go on for 3 months thinking nothing of it, until in January, after meddling with some ideas for animations I wanted to do, but realized I had no deep love for. None of the plots were working out for me, so I decided to fall back on this one song I was originally going to use last year. I said to myself, what if I did a romantic carefree animation like last time, but instead of it being about escapism, it was about adventure? And then it hit me. I got out paper and I started studying the single cover art and getting ideas, and then I had an idea. It was the most ambitious project I'd ever came up with, and I needed help making it come to life. So I reached out to the song's writer, Spencer Arjang. I told him how amazing he was at making music and that I looked forward to his future works. I proceeded to ask him if I could use his song and create an animated music video of it for a school project. I thought nothing would come of it. Many people don't even open their direct message inbox these days thanks to all the scam bots. Later that afternoon, I was faced with a very pleasant surprise. Not only did he respond, but he said yes, as long as I credited him. To which I replied, oh no, listen man, you're gonna be in it. He was a bit surprised. He replied, like, an animated version of myself? And I was like, absolutely. And he says, oh man, this is gonna be sick. The following weeks, I spent creating my storyboards. I storyboarded the animation start to finish, and after I finished that, I put the storyboards to music to see how the animation would look. Almost like an animatic, but not as smooth. Directly after, I got to work on the actual production and animating. I drew everything using my professional animation program, Clip Studio Paint EX.
It's so different with you.
beg this feeling to stay. Dear, I hope that you do too. Cause when I lay awake at night, the thought of you brings peace of mind. And I can't lie, despite my trials of like this peace for all my life, for all my life. Honey, it's okay, you're afraid of falling. You don't have to say it out loud, but you know.
I used Adobe Premiere Pro to edit everything together in layers, adding lighting and shading effects separately. With animating, I have observed and studied many different art styles of lots of trending franchises in pop culture. I proceeded to apply some of their methods to my style, and so far it has developed into what you have seen today. I have used a ton of references, one of my biggest ones being my boyfriend's mom's actual Jeep, which I then went over with in clip, and I wanted to make sure that I got the backgrounds right and that it was accurate enough.
Feels good, it's a happy go beside it. God knows that I'm never gonna let it go. Cause baby, I'm not blind. A love like this is hard to find. Feels good, it's a happy go beside it. God knows that I'm never gonna let it slip.
Along the way, I would stumble across certain Premiere Pro tools that I didn't realize were even there, and I used them to make certain effects easier to edit. One tool I happened to stumble across was the different blur tools. I used Gaussian blur to create depth effects on my characters and make a 2D animation feel 3D. And I used directional blur to blend fast-moving objects into a blurred figure to make it seem like it was moving pretty fast. I worked non-stop from mid-January all the way to the end of February, animating, designing, and editing, and most of all, rewatching over and over again to make sure it was all perfect. I received feedback from my family and my TV production teacher, Ms. Finley, to make sure everything looked good from an audience's perspective. I spent many late nights editing and animating, and I would absolutely do it all again, which I'm sure I will be soon enough, so. Thanks for tagging along in the Dream Wagon with 𝓓𝓻𝓮𝓪𝓶 and I. This animation is a depiction of my life's work, so I'm excited to have the opportunity to share it with you. I hope you enjoyed the ride. We'll see you at the next road stop.